The London Underground is 160 years old. It's the oldest of its kind. We have 5 million journeys each day. As you can imagine, that's a lot of traffic. Now that poses a lot of challenges for us. For our cleaning teams, trying to manage this, it means they have to go into quite a difficult environment to go and clean. It also has an impact on our temperatures as well, and ultimately on the air quality.
We know quite a lot about air quality and the particulates that are found above ground and coming from traffic. Below ground, the particulates are made up primarily of metals coming from brake wear on our trains and wheel and rail wear. We also know that a lot of sensors that are used to measure air quality at a surface level aren't really suitable for operating in an underground environment.
We wondered what if we could have a web of sensors across the London Underground that could indicate peaks and troughs in air quality. Could that possibly help better target our interventions, such as track cleaning or air filtration? We're well within the regulatory limits, but we wanted better for London, and so we formed a consortium together with Paris's RATP and Imperial College, as well as 3 sensor companies who were willing to go on that journey to develop their sensors more specifically for our subway environment.
EMSA is an innovative tech company. We're one of the 3 suppliers on this project, working with TfL. Our mission is to provide accurate, reliable data for customers to be able to achieve air quality targets and a greater knowledge of what the air pollution levels are.
There's a famous saying that if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. So knowing the problem is the first step. With low-cost sensors, we can have a better view of air pollution and how it dynamically moves, where the sources are and how it impacts us. Our sensors were originally designed for steel plants, so this gave us a head start because we had self-cleaning mechanism built into the system, which helped us cope when there is high particulate matter.
And essentially what that was is not only in terms of the size and the shape of the actual sensor, not only in terms of the materials we were using for the actual casing of it, but essentially the main thing was about data accuracy within subsurface environment.
Without EIT Urban Mobility's funding, none of this would be possible, and it's really enabled us to build, test and develop these sensors alongside the 3 suppliers, not only to be scalable across our network, but across other metro cities around the world. The TfL will be thinking about how these sensors fit into our longer term strategy for air quality, specifically how we can use this data to make data-led decisions on how we target interventions for air quality across our network.